So today I will explain about the moving coil galvanometer. But before starting to that, I will revise which I have taught in the previous lecture. I have told you in the previous lecture that if a current carrying loop, as we know that a current carrying loop, this already I have told that it behaves like a magnetic dipole. Behaves like a magnetic dipole. It's one phase. At one phase, the direction of current will be clockwise, while at the other phase, if you see, the direction of current will be anti-clockwise. I have told the determining the magnetic polarity rule. If the direction of current in the coil is clockwise, it may be of any shape. It's clear. It may be of rectangular shape also. Here direction of current is flowing in the clockwise direction. So if the direction of current is clockwise, then there will be south polarity. While if the direction of current is anti-clockwise, then there will be the north polarity. Here we can say that in that case there will be the north polarity. It is clear. Here you can see this is the it becomes anti-clockwise current direction, then there will be north polarity. Here there will be north, and here in this case there will be south polarity. It's clear. So this is the polarity rule. Means a current carrying loop behaves like a magnetic dipole. It has a magnetic moment. What will be the direction of magnetic moment? For example, you see this coil. Here the direction of current is clockwise. How will you keep the right hand palm? You will keep your right hand palm in such a way that the curling of fingers is in the direction of current. Curling of fingers is in the direction of current. You will keep in this way. You can see here. Whether it is visible, here it is in the anti-clockwise direction. And thumb is pointing perpendicular to the plane of board inward. Means it is perpendicular to the plane of paper downward. So here what will be the magnetic moment? Magnetic moment will be directed perpendicular to the plane of paper in downward direction, or here in this case it is in the inward direction. But here how will you keep? Here you will keep in this way. Now curling of fingers is in the anti-clockwise direction. Thumb is pointing towards you, means the direction of magnetic moment will be perpendicular to the plane of paper upward. It's clear. So that will be the direction of magnetic moment, which we denote by capital M. Now if the dipole is placed in the external magnetic field, then how much torque will act upon it? It will be given by this formula I have reduced, vector M cross vector B. Vector M cross vector B. And here tau equals to what? MB sin theta. All these things I have told you in very detail. So tau equals to MB sin theta. And in the previous lecture I have reduced this formula equals to NIAB sin theta. Here you can see I have told that this N into I into A, it is the property of the coil, number of turns in the coil, area enclosed by the coil, and I is strength of current flowing in the coil. If you compare this and this, so you will find that magnetic moment M will be equal to NIA. Magnetic moment M will be equal to NIA. Or in vector form, what will be? Vector M will be equal to vector A. Vector M equals to vector NIA. It's clear. What will be the direction of magnetic moment? Already I have told you that what will be direction? Direction of vector M will be, you can determine by this way. Or you know that the anti-clockwise direction is always taken positive. So what is the direction of area vector here? Area vector is perpendicular to the plane of paper upward. So here magnetic moment is in the direction of area vector. So this is the magnetic moment of current carrying loop. What is the SI unit of magnetic moment? Already you have deduced that the SI unit of magnetic moment is ampere meter square. Ampere meter square. From here also you can see I is ampere, A is meter square. So it is ampere meter square and don't have any unit. It's clear. Now by using this we will determine we will explain the galvanometer. Now what is galvanometer? First you know what is galvanometer. What do you mean by galvanometer? Galvanometer is a device which is used to detect the presence of current in any circuit. It is used for detecting the what is galvanometer? You can see here, and here torque will be maximum when angle between vector M and vector B is 90 degree, while when vector M and vector B will be in the same direction, what will be the torque? Torque will become 0. In that case, torque becomes 0. Now see here, what is galvanometer? Galvanometer is a device. It is a high resistance instrument. We will see later why it is high resistance instrument. Galvanometer. It is a device which is used for measuring smaller currents. Smaller currents means which of the order of microampere, or to detect the presence of current. Detect the presence of current. It's clear. It cannot measure the heavier currents, larger currents it cannot measure because of its high resistance. Because if a huge current will pass through galvanometer, so it is already having a very high resistance. So a large amount of heat will be produced, and when a large amount of heat will be produced, there will be the chances of burning of the coil. There will be the chances of burning of the coil. Coil may burn. It's clear. If there will be a very huge current through the galvanometer, then what will happen? Because of its high resistance, there will be a large production of heat energy, I square RT, and due to that heat, temperature will rise, insulation over the coil will melt, and there will be the electric firing in the coil, and the coil will burn. So see here, galvanometer, in our course there is a moving coil galvanometer. There are two kinds of galvanometer. One is moving coil galvanometer. From the name it is very clear that the coil is moving. Coil is moving. It's clear. In every galvanometer there will be a coil and which is situated in between two magnetic pole pieces. In any type of galvanometer there will be a coil situated in between two magnetic pole pieces. Here also you can see that there is a coil. Now you can see here, in every galvanometer there is a coil which is situated in between two magnetic pole pieces. Here in our course there is the moving coil galvanometer. That coil is moving, magnets are at rest. There is a moving magnet galvanometer also, but that is not in our course. In the moving magnet galvanometer, magnets are moving, coil is at rest. Magnets are moving, coil is at rest. That is the tangent galvanometer, but that is not in our course. So we will not discuss, we will discuss only to the moving coil galvanometer. Now what is the principle behind the moving coil galvanometer? Moving coil galvanometer. What is the moving coil galvanometer? Its principle. So as we know that, you can see here, what is the principle of moving coil galvanometer? When a current carrying coil, as you already know that it behaves like a magnetic dipole when it is placed in some external magnetic field. External magnetic field means other than which is produced by it. For example, here when current will pass through this coil, it will produce its own magnetic field, but it is situated in the magnetic field of these magnetic pole pieces. So when a current carrying coil is placed in external magnetic field, it experiences a torque, and that torque is given by NIAB sin theta. What is the meaning of these terms? Once again I am explaining meaning of these terms. N is the number of turns in the coil, I is the strength of current which is flowing through the coil, A is the area enclosed by the coil, B is the strength of magnetic field in which it is kept. For example, here what will be the magnetic field strength produced by these pole pieces, and theta is what? It is the angle between vector M and vector B. That will be theta. It will experience a torque. Because of that torque, what will happen to the coil? This coil will rotate. If you see here, the coil is this. So when the torque will act upon it, it will deflect. What will be the magnitude of its deflection? Magnitude of deflection will be proportional to the torque. More the torque, more will be the deflection. It is clear? If greater torque is acting on the coil, it will deflect by the larger angle. And torque here depends upon what? Because you can see here these are N, A, B. These cannot be changed during its working. These are the constructional constants. Constructional constants means manufacturer constant. These values experimenter cannot decide. It is clear? Because it is already manufactured, you will get the already manufactured coil. So these values will be already supplied to you. You cannot make any change here. It is clear? Except in B. B you can change. So here this deflection, when the torque will act upon it, it will deflect. Magnitude of deflection will be proportional to the torque, and torque will be proportional to what? It will be proportional to the strength of current. So by measuring the magnitude of deflection means the angle by which it get deflected. By measuring that angle, we can measure the strength of current. Means what is the principle of the moving coil galvanometer? In a moving coil galvanometer, when current passes through the coil, it experiences a torque whose magnitude is directly proportional to the strength of current. Greater the current, greater will be the torque. Now when the torque will act upon the coil, it will suffer the deflection. It will deflect by some angle. The magnitude of that angle will be proportional to the torque. Torque is proportional to the current. Therefore, by measuring deflection, we can measure the strength of current. So this is the principle of galvanometer. It's clear? What is galvanometer? Galvanometer is a device which is used for detecting either presence of current, or it is used for measuring the smaller currents, which is of the order of microampere, that is 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. It cannot measure stronger current. Why it cannot measure stronger current? Because of its huge resistance. Its resistance is very large, therefore it cannot measure the stronger currents. When heavy current will pass, stronger current will pass. Because of its high resistance, a large amount of heat energy will be liberated. and because of that large amount of heat energy, there will be the chances of burning of the coil. Now see here, you see this moving coil galvanometer is of two type, though the principle of both the galvanometers, both the moving coil galvanometer is same, only they are differing in the construction. Moving coil galvanometer are of two type. One is the suspended coil galvanometer. Suspended coil galvanometer, which I am going to discuss and whose diagram is drawn here. It's clear. And other is the pivoted coil galvanometer. Pivoted coil galvanometer. Now see here, suspended coil galvanometer, it is more sensitive as compared to the pivoted coil galvanometer. Means if it can measure the currents of 10 to the power minus 9 ampere, then its current sensitivity is only 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. This is 10 to the power minus 6 ampere and this is only 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. It can measure more smaller currents. It can detect more smaller currents as compared to pivoted coil galvanometer. Both are based on the same principle. Principle already I have told. When the current will pass through the coil, coil experiences a torque whose magnitude is proportional to the strength of current. On acting of the torque, coil will deflect. The magnitude of deflection is proportional to the torque. Torque is proportional to the current. Therefore, by measuring the deflection, we can measure the strength of current. By measuring the deflection, we can measure the strength of current. Means theta proportional to deflection. Here deflection suffered by the coil is proportional to the torque. Torque proportional to I. So by measuring this, we can determine strength of current. So both are having the same principle, but their constructional setup is different, slightly it is different. So today I am going to explain you constructional setup of moving coil galvanometer, which is suspended type. Now see here, what is the meaning of suspended coil galvanometer? What does it mean? So you see here, from the name it is clear that what is suspending? What is suspending? It is the coil is suspending. So you can see here this is a coil, and how will you make the coil? Coil is made by doing the windings of thin insulated copper wire over a laminated soft iron core. It is laminated soft iron core. What is the meaning of laminated? Laminated soft iron core. Now see here, what is the meaning of laminated? You can see here, in place of having a single block of soft iron, in place of having a single block of soft iron, we will take the thin laminage of the soft iron. These are the thin laminage of the soft iron. They will be insulated from each other and then they will be clamped together. There will be 1000 to 2000 thin laminage of the soft iron. Each thin lamina will be insulated. And how will you insulate it? By doing the insulating polish. By doing the insulating polish. Then they will be clamped together. When they will be clamped together, what will happen? We will get a thick core. And what is the advantage of using laminated soft iron core? So we will study afterwards that laminated core prevents the, or weakens the, not prevents, it weakens the formation of eddy current. It weakens the strength of eddy currents. Eddy currents are the undesirable current which causes the loss of energy. That we will study afterwards. We will not going into that fact. What will happen? Laminated core will weaken the strength of the eddy current. These are the undesirable current which causes the loss of energy. What is the purpose of using soft iron core? Because soft iron is having very high permeability. Very high permeability means if you place it in a magnetic field of 1 Tesla, if you place an unmagnetized piece of soft iron in magnetic field of 1 Tesla, you can see here, this is a soft iron piece. It is unmagnetized, there is no magnetic field. But if you place it in the external magnetic field of 1 Tesla, what will happen? It will itself magnetizes and increases the magnetic field to a very huge strength. It will produce the magnetic field of 4000 Tesla. And how? By magnetizing itself. Means what is the advantage of using the soft iron core? Soft iron is having a very high permeability. When it is placed in the external magnetic field, it itself magnetizes, and it magnetizes heavily. When it will magnetize heavily, what will happen? The strength of the magnetic field in that region where it is kept, the strength of magnetic field in that region where it is kept will increase from 1 say 4000. And when the magnetic field strength will be increased, so what will happen to the torque? Torque will also be increased. Torque will also be increased because tau depends upon the B, strength of magnetic field at the position of coil, which is primarily produced by north-south magnetic pole pieces, But this value of B we also obtain because of the magnetization of this. So magnetic field B will become very high. So even if the current is very low, what will happen? It will experience a sufficient torque and coil will rotate. मतलब क्या होगा? You can see here what is B? It is the strength of magnetic field at the position of coil, which is produced by these magnetic pole pieces. But when you will place the soft iron core, what will happen? The net magnetic field will become very huge, because if you want to create a huge magnetic field only by the pole pieces, अगर हम यहाँ पर एक huge magnetic field produce करना चाहते हैं only by the use of magnetic pole pieces, then what will you do? A very huge size electromagnets will be required. And in that case, what will happen? This setup will become very much bulky. So in order to avoid that, we use a soft iron core. So what will happen? Some magnetic field will be produced by these pole pieces, and because of that magnetic field will be induced in the soft iron core, and net magnetic field will become very large. And when it will become very large, so even if the current is very small, it experiences a sufficient torque and coil will deflect. So this is the advantage. So how will you make the coil? So coil is made by doing the windings of insulated copper wire, thin insulated copper wire over a laminated soft iron core. Now see here, this coil is suspended from a torsion head. You can see here, it is suspended from a torsion head with the help of phosphor branch strip. Thin phosphor branch long strip. Why do we use thin phosphor branch long strip? So phosphor branch is very highly tensile and good conductor of current. So what will happen? Coil will remain suspended without breaking off the strip. Because the weight of the coil will act on the strip. So if a strip is, the tensile strength of the strip is not very large, then what will happen? It will break. ये टूट जाएगी. It's clear? Number 2, it is good conductor, therefore current will flow through this way. Through to the coil, current will reach through the strip. Why it is made thin and why it is made long? So it is made thin and it is made long in order to reduce the torsional couple. We will study afterwards. It is clear in the same topic. It is clear. Now see here, This torsion head, it is here at the lower end of the strip. This is the strip is from here to here. Strip is from here to here. At the lower end of the strip near to the coil, a plane mirror is placed. Plane mirror is fixed. On this strip, a plane mirror is fixed. And the plane of this mirror and the plane of coil is same. मतलब जो coil का plane है वही mirror का भी plane है, जो coil का plane है वही mirror का भी plane है, and we adjust the plane of the coil with the help of torsion head. With the help of torsion head we will adjust the plane of the coil. Plane of mirror adjust कर लेंगे, so we will get the adjust. This plane of coil will also be adjusted. Now you can see here lower end of this coil. It is connected to a thin phosphor bronze spring, or in place of phosphor bronze spring there is a quartz spring which is silvered. Now see here, what is the purpose of this bronze spring, phosphor bronze spring? When it will deflect, what will happen? The turns of this spring will get twisted. जब ये coil rotate होगी, when the coil will rotate, you can see here, when it is rotating, what will happen? The turns of the spring will get twisted. When the turns of the spring will get twisted, what will happen? It will produce a restoring torque. It produces restoring torque. Restoring torque or opposing torque. It produces restoring torque or opposing torque, whose magnitude will increase as the turns will twist more and more. Means see here, when the current will pass through this, when the current is passing through this, what will happen? It will experience a torque. Because of that torque, it will get deflected. When it will get deflected, the turns of the spring will start twisting. वो twist होना शुरू कर जाएंगे. जब when there will be the twisting in the turns of the spring, it will produce a restoring torque. The magnitude of restoring torque will start increasing. When it will become equal to the deflecting torque, when restoring torque will become equal to the deflecting torque. Then what will happen? Coil will come to the rest. It will not further deflect. That magnitude of deflection we can read by using lamp and scale arrangement with the help of this mirror. It's clear? That magnitude of deflection, that how much deflection has been suffered by the coil, that can be recorded by using this plane mirror and using an external arrangement which is not the part of this lamp and scale. There will be a lamp and there will be a scale. Means here there is a scale which is graduated in degree, which is kept just in front of the plane mirror. And here it is a telescopic source of light. Which is sending the light beam towards the scale. This scale is translucent. So what will happen? When this telescopic beam of light will strike to this scale, there will be one spot here and another spot. When light will fall here, it will reflect in some other direction. So we will not go into detail. The magnitude of deflection we can record with the help of using this plane mirror and lamp and scale arrangement. It's clear? Now see here. Here this coil is placed in between two magnetic pole pieces which produce the magnetic field here in this region. These are T1 and T2 are the terminals with the help of which it is connected in that circuit in which we have to measure the strength of current. So you can see once again, I am going to repeat it. It's clear, and then I will tell you its mathematical कितना टाइम बचा है? 6 मिनट. So you can see here in the moving coil galvanometer there is a coil which is made by doing the windings of insulated copper wire over a laminated soft iron core. This coil is suspended from with the help of a thin phosphor branch strip from a torsion head. This phosphor branch strip is good, highly tensile and good conductor of electric current. Now at the lower end of this strip near to the coil a plain mirror is fixed which is used for recording the deflection suffered by the coil. Other end of the coil is connected to the thin phosphor branch spring which produces the restoring couple when the turns get twisted. The other end of the spring and that torsion head acts as the terminals for external circuit. It is placed in between two magnetic pole pieces which produce the magnetic field at the position of the coil. Now see here we can also use quartz spring, but as we know that quartz is bad conductor. So in order to make it conducting so that the current can pass, current is coming this way, current is coming this way, then flowing through the coil and then goes in this direction. It is clear. So in order to make the current pass, we will do the silvering of the quartz. So quartz fiber is also used, silvered quartz fiber is also used. Silvered quartz fiber is also used in place of phosphor branch. It is clear. When the current will pass through the coil, how much torque will act, how much deflecting torque will it experience? Deflecting torque. So deflecting torque acting on the coil will be NIAB sin theta. It will be NIAB sin theta. Because of this deflecting torque, turns of the spring will get twisted. Turns of the spring will get twisted. Now see here, suppose in the equilibrium coil suffered a deflection of what angle? Theta. Coil suffered a deflection of theta. So what will be the torque here? Torque will be NIAB. It is clear. Now what will be the restoring torque? Restoring torque. Here magnitude of deflection will be same as the magnitude of that angle by which it get twisted, means angle of twist in spring equals to angle of deflection in equilibrium. Equilibrium means when both becomes equal. Here this in equilibrium, what will be restoring torque? C into theta. What is C? It is the restoring torque per unit angle of twist. Restoring torque per unit angle of twist. Angle of twist. Now see here. When in equilibrium these two will be equal, NIAB sin theta equals to C theta. C is what? Restoring torque per unit angle of twist. So what will happen? You can see here, I equals to C into theta upon NAB. NAB sin theta. NAB sin theta, or you can write C upon NAB theta upon sin theta. Now see. चार्जिंग ये चल रहा है ना. जो कोई आएगा बताना। Now see here, you can see when the current will pass through the coil, then it experiences a torque which is given by NIAB sin theta. Because of this torque, it will get deflected. It is clear? Now it will get, when it will get deflected, then the turns of the spring will start twisting, and as it deflect more and more, turns will get twisted more and more. जैसे जैसे ये और डिफ्लेक्ट होगा, ट्विस्ट भी उतना ही अधिक बढ़ता जाएगा. In equilibrium, what will be? Angle of twist in the spring will be equal to angle of deflection. What is equilibrium means? Means when both the torques are equal. It's clear? Now, if we assume here there one thing is wrong. If we take here theta, I have taken here this angle of twist I am representing by phi. Then restoring torque will be equal to C into phi. When it will be equal to C into phi, so it will be equal to what? This. So this will be equal to this. Now all of you see here. एक कौन है? Now see here, once again you can see, when current is passing through it, it experiences a torque which is given by NIAB sin theta. Now what is theta here? Theta क्या है? It is the angle between vector M and vector B. Vector M, suppose the plane of coil is this. So what will be the direction of vector M? Normal to the plane of coil. Normal to the plane of coil. Now see here, suppose magnetic field is in this direction, magnetic field is along the scale, or we can say that the plane of coil is parallel to magnetic field. ये क्या है? ये तुम्हारी coil है, magnetic field इस direction में है, means here plane of coil is along the magnetic field. What is the direction of magnetic moment? It is this. So what is the angle between vector M and vector B? Vector M and vector B angle will be 90 degree. It will be 90 degree. So what will be the torque? Torque will be, deflecting torque will be NIAB sin 90, that is equals to NIAB sin 90, it means equals to NIAB sin 90 is 1. But when it will rotate, जब इस पर torque लगेगा तो ये रोटेट करेगा तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड तो वही रहेगी, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की डायरेक्शन तो वही रहेगी. बट व्हाट विल हैपन टू द वेक्टर एम? वेक्टर एम विल आल्सो रोटेट, वेक्टर एम विल आल्सो चेंज. दिस वेक्टर विच वाज इन दिस डायरेक्शन, नाउ इट विल गो टुवर्ड्स द वेक्टर बी. ऐसे मीन्स क्या होता जाएगा? मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ऐसे है और ये क्या है? इसकी डायरेक्शन ऐसे होती जा रही. मीन्स थीटा क्या होता जा रहा? कम होता जा रहा. थीटा क्या हो रहा है? इट इज डिक्रीजिंग, एंड इट इज डिक्रीजिंग, देयरफॉर टॉर्क विल, व्हाट विल हैपन टू द टॉर्क? करंट तो वही है पर टॉर्क क्या होता जा रहा? कम हो रहा. एंड व्हेन वेक्टर एम इज अलोंग द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, वेक्टर एम इज अलोंग द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, एट दैट पोजिशन व्हाट इज द प्लेन ऑफ कॉइल? प्लेन ऑफ कॉइल क्या होगा? परपेंडिकुलर टू मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगा. In that condition, when vector M is along the vector B, plane of coil will be in the direction of magnetic field. Plane of coil will be in the direction, not direction. प्लेन ऑफ कॉइल विल बी परपेंडिकुलर टू मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, और जब प्लेन ऑफ कॉइल परपेंडिकुलर टू मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगा तो वेक्टर एम और वेक्टर बी सेम डायरेक्शन में, एंगल क्या हो जाएगा, जीरो, एंगल जीरो हो जाएगा, मतलब क्या हो जाएगा, टार्क जीरो होगा। मीन्स क्या है, इस साइन थीटा के कारण क्या है, क्योंकि साइन थीटा ही चेंज हो रहा है, इस साइन थीटा के कारण क्या है, जो टार्क कॉइल पर एक्ट कर रहा है दैट इज नॉट ऑफ कांस्टेंट मैग्नीट्यूड। दिस थिंग इज क्लियर और नॉट, बताओ। जब कॉइल से करंट पास होगी तो उस पर एक कांस्टेंट मैग्नीट्यूड का टार्क नहीं लगेगा, क्यों, बिकॉज द थीटा इज वेरिंग, थीटा इज व्हाट, एंगल बिटवीन वेक्टर एम एंड वेक्टर बी। जब क्या है, प्लेन ऑफ कॉइल पैरेलल टू मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगा, टार्क विल बी मैक्सिमम। When the plane of coil becomes perpendicular to the magnetic field, torque will be zero. It is clear? So see here, this torque is of variable magnitude. This you have to make it of constant magnitude. हम चाहते हैं क्या, कि मैग्नीट्यूड टार्क का क्या हो, कांस्टेंट हो, मैग्नीट्यूड टार्क का क्या हो, कांस्टेंट हो। So for that, इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग फ्लैट मैग्नेटिक पोल पीसेज, इस तरीके के मैग्नेटिक पोल पीसेज यूज करने की जगह पर क्या करेंगे, एक ये नॉर्थ पोल है, ये क्या है, साउथ पोल है। इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग दीज मैग्नेटिक पोल पीसेज, फ्लैट मैग्नेटिक पोल पीसेज, फ्लैट मैग्नेटिक पोल मतलब इनके सरफेसेज क्या है, फ्लैट है, इनको हम क्या कर देंगे, सिलिंड्रिकली कट कर देंगे। वी विल कट देम सिलिंड्रिकली, मीन्स दिस, एंड हियर इट इज दिस। When the pole piecing will become cylindrical, when the pole piecing will become cylindrical, मतलब instead of using flat magnetic pole piecing, now I am using cylindrical magnetic pole piecing. Because of this cylindrical magnetic pole piecing, what will happen? There will be magnetic field in the radial direction. Magnetic field कैसी होगी, हम डायग्राम में शो कर रहे हैं, it is along the radial direction. You can see here. When we will, भाई, now all of you wait for a minute. बड़ा यही बाहर निकल गया, इसको भी नहीं यूज करूंगी। When we will use magnetic pole pieces which are concave in shape, that is cylindrical concave magnetic pole pieces, so it produce radial magnetic field. Radial magnetic field means along the radius, along the radius, means I am showing here, it will be like this. It is clear. Actual field will be like this, but it will appear of, कैसे होगी ये, तुमको कैसे, हमको रेडियल लगेगा, ये कैसे रेडियल लगेगा, सो यू कैन सी हियर, वो हम तुमको बताने जा रहे हैं। दिस इज नॉर्थ, दिस इज साउथ। यहां पर मैग्नेटिक लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स क्या है, ये ऐसे निकल रही, इसकी जो ये तो जा रही है एक्चुअल में ये ऐसे, बट क्या हो जाएगी, इट विल कंबाइन विद दिस, इट विल कंबाइन विद दिस, जो इस वाले की से होगी। इसके सिमिलरली हियर इट विल बी लाइक दिस, हियर इट विल बी लाइक दिस, मीन्स इट विल बी along the radial direction. magnetic field will become along the radial direction. And when the magnetic field will become radial magnetic field, then what will happen? This magnetic field will be always parallel to the plane of coil irrespective of its orientation. It will be always parallel to the plane of coil irrespective of its variation. Means हरदम magnetic field क्या होगी, ये coil चाहे उसका ओरिएंटेशन कुछ भी हो, इस पर पोजीशन पर हो या इस पोजीशन पर या इस पोजीशन पर, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड विल बी ऑलवेज अलोंग इट बिकॉज इट विल फाइंड द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इन ऑल द डायरेक्शन. इट फाइंड्स द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इन ऑल द डायरेक्शन. रेडियस तो हर तरफ होगा ना, डायमीटर तो हर तरफ, ये भी डायमीटर है, ये भी डायमीटर है, ये भी डायमीटर है. सो इन एवरी डायरेक्शन देयर विल बी द डायमीटर. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड विल बी ऑलवेज parallel to the plane of coil. Magnetic field, when you will use concave cylindrical magnetic pole pieces, magnetic field will become radial. It will be along the radius. It is clear? When the coil will rotate, magnetic field will be always parallel to the plane of coil. It will be always parallel to the plane of coil, irrespective of its position. Direction of magnetic field will be parallel to its plane. It is clear? And when direction of magnetic field will be parallel to its plane, what will be angle theta? बताओ क्या होगा? जब प्लेन ऑफ कॉइल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड के पैरेलल होगा तो वेक्टर m और वेक्टर b के बीच का एंगल क्या होगा, बोलो? 90 होगा. और जब 90 होगा तो डिफ्लेक्टिंग टार्क कितना हो जाएगा, NIAB sin थीटा, NIAB sin 90. डिफ्लेक्टिंग टार्क विल बिकम NIAB sin 90. That is equals to NIAB. Means now these things are not going to change during the rotation of coil. जब coil rotate होगी तो ये इनमें से कोई भी चीज नहीं change होगी. So there will be a torque of definite magnitude will act upon the coil. Torque of definite magnitude will act upon the coil. This thing is clear. So what is the advantage of radial magnetic field? If when we use flat magnetic pole pieces, then the torque acting upon the coil is not of constant magnitude. As the coil rotates, it experiences the torque of variable magnitude. It is clear? Torque will be maximum when the plane of coil is parallel to magnetic field. Torque will be maximum when the plane of coil is parallel to magnetic field. When plane becomes perpendicular to the magnetic field, torque becomes zero. Torque will become zero. So since the coil is experiencing a torque of variable magnitude, so in order to avoid that it experiences a constant torque of constant magnitude, we will use a magnetic pole pieces which produce the radial magnetic field. This radial magnetic field can be obtained by using concave cylindrical magnetic pole pieces. With the help of the radial magnetic field, coil always finds the magnetic field along its plane. Therefore, theta will be always 90. Theta will be always 90. Torque will become of constant magnitude. Now see here, when it will experience the torque, what will happen? Now if you remove this, अगर हम ये स्प्रिंग हटा दें, स्प्रिंग ना कनेक्ट करें, आया समझे, और इसको डायरेक्टली यहां पर किसी एक तरीके से टॉर्सन हेड लगा के इसको यहां पर हमने क्या कर दिया, इस होल में वो कर दिया. इज क्लियर? यस. जब ये इसमें डिप हो गया, अगर क्या है स्प्रिंग ना कनेक्ट हो, देन व्हाट विल हैपन, एज लॉन्ग एज करंट विल पास इट विल कीप ऑन रोटेटिंग. जब तक करंट पास होती रहेगी ये रोटेट करता रहेगा. ये ऐसे क्यों? क्योंकि कोई अपोजिशन तो है ही नहीं, कोई अपोजिशन नहीं है। बट व्हेन यू विल फिक्स ए स्प्रिंग हियर, जब स्प्रिंग लगा देंगे, so what will happen? When the spring will be fixed, then the turns of the spring will get twisted. When they will start twisting, they will produce a restoring couple, opposing couple, whose magnitude will increase as it twisted more and more, and it will twist more and more when the coil will rotate more and more. मतलब क्या है? जब करंट पास होगी, कॉइल डिफ्लेक्ट होगी, जिसके कारण से स्प्रिंग के टर्न्स में ट्विस्टिंग शुरू होगी। जैसे ही स्प्रिंग के टर्न्स में ट्विस्टिंग शुरू होगी, डिफ्लेक्टिंग रिस्टोरिंग कपल, रिस्टोरिंग टार्क प्रोड्यूस हो जाएगा, और ये रिस्टोरिंग टार्क का मैग्नीट्यूड लगातार बढ़ता जाएगा, बिकॉज स्प्रिंग इज ट्विस्टिंग मोर एंड मोर। एंड व्हाई स्प्रिंग इज ट्विस्टिंग मोर एंड मोर? बिकॉज इट इज डिफ्लेक्टिंग मोर एंड मोर। So in equilibrium, when this restoring couple will become equal to deflecting couple, when this restoring torque is equal to the deflecting torque, what will happen? The angle of twist in the spring will be equal to the angle of deflection. तो हम ये रीड कर लें कि ये कितना एंगल से डिफ्लेक्ट हुआ है by using this plane mirror. It's clear? By using this plane mirror, we will record that how much deflection it has suffered. क्यों? क्योंकि दोनों का प्लेन सेम है। जो मिरर का प्लेन है वही कॉइल का प्लेन है, जो मिरर का प्लेन है वही कॉइल का प्लेन है। सो बाय रिकॉर्डिंग द डिफ्लेक्शन सफर्ड बाय द मिरर, वी विल गेट द डिफ्लेक्शन सफर्ड बाय द कॉइल, एंड दैट विल बी द एंगल ऑफ ट्विस्ट इन द स्प्रिंग। इफ रिस्टोरिंग टार्क पर यूनिट एंगल ऑफ ट्विस्ट इज C, then what will be restoring torque? Restoring torque will be equal to C into phi. C क्या है? हमने ऑलरेडी बताया है, रिस्टोरिंग टॉर्क पर यूनिट एंगल ऑफ ट्विस्ट। इट इज क्लियर? सो सी हियर, नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन हियर? NIAB equals to C into phi. So what is I? C upon NAB into phi. Now see here, what is C upon NAB? सब लोग इसको देख लें ना। C तो हमने बताया है, ये क्या है? It is the restoring couple per unit angle of twist. It's clear? Which depends upon the quality of spring. What is N? Number of turns in the coil. A, area of coil. B, strength of external magnetic field. All these factors are not possible to change by an experimenter. जो एक्सपेरिमेंटर है वो इनमें से किसी भी फैक्टर को चेंज नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज दीज आर द मैन्युफैक्चरल थिंग। एक बार लगा दी गई तो फिर उनको हम ड्यूरिंग ऑपरेशनल कंडीशन में चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं, ऑपरेशनल कंडीशन में इनको चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड द मैन्युफैक्चरर्स कांस्टेंट विच वी रिप्रेजेंट बाय K, मीन्स I is equal to K into phi. So I is proportional to phi, means by recording the deflection suffered by the coil, we can record the strength of current. By recording the deflection suffered by the coil, we can record the current. It's clear? This way current can be recorded. It's clear? Now one more thing. This, how will you make the value of K small? It's clear? For a good galvanometer, the value of K should be small. What is value of K? You can see here, K equals to I into I upon phi. It's clear? This is the current required for unit. This is angle of twist. It is measured in radian. It is measured in radian. It is clear? What is K? It is the current which is required for twist of 1 radian. Current which is required for producing twist of 1 radian or deflection of 1 radian. It is clear? Current which causes the I upon 1, that is equals to I. What is K? K is the current required for producing deflection of 1 radian. मतलब वो करंट जो क्या है 1 रेडियन का डिफ्लेक्शन प्रोड्यूस करती है। आए समझे? अब देख लो, बताओ कौन सा गैल्वेनोमीटर ज्यादा अच्छा होगा। हम यहां पर बता रहे हैं, एक एग्जाम्पल से बता रहे हैं। एक गैल्वेनोमीटर ए है, दूसरा गैल्वेनोमीटर बी है। एक में क्या है 0.005 एम्पियर की करंट 1 रेडियन का डिफ्लेक्शन प्रोड्यूस करती है। इन द अदर द सेम डिफ्लेक्शन इज प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय दिस करंट विच इज मोर सेंसिटिव। अधिक सेंसिटिव कौन सा है? A वाला is more sensitive or B वाला is more sensitive? So the B one is more sensitive because here smaller value of current is producing that deflection. It producing the deflection of 1 radian. गैल्वेनोमीटर तो उतना अधिक सेंसिटिव होगा जो जितना माइनर वैल्यूज ऑफ करंट को रिकॉर्ड कर सके, जो जितना माइनर वैल्यूज ऑफ करंट को रिकॉर्ड कर सके। It's clear? So that will be more sensitive. So here which one is more sensitive? One in which the deflection of 1 radian is produced by smaller current. It's clear? मतलब जिसके लिए K की वैल्यू क्या है? स्मॉल हो। K की वैल्यू क्या है तुम्हारी? ये है। ये किस पर डिपेंड कर रहा? K is dependent upon, you can see here, K depends upon C upon NAB. K depends upon C, K equals to C upon NAB. तो C की वैल्यू कम से कम होनी चाहिए। कम से कम हम कैसे कर सकते हैं? By using a long suspension strip, by using a thin and long suspension strip as well as thin spring. It's clear? How can you increase the K? How can you decrease the value of K? K की वैल्यू को डिक्रीज कैसे कर सकते हैं? C की वैल्यू डिक्रीज करके। C की वैल्यू, C क्या है? रिस्टोरिंग टार्क पर यूनिट एंगल ऑफ ट्विस्ट दैट कैन बी डिक्रीज बाय यूजिंग ए सस्पेंशन स्ट्रिप ऑफ लॉन्ग लेंथ। इट्स क्लियर? एंड ए थिन स्प्रिंग। इट्स क्लियर? एज वेल एज K can be further reduced by increasing the denominator. But you cannot increase N and A too much. N और A को हम बहुत अधिक इंक्रीज नहीं कर सकते हैं। So B को इंक्रीज कर दिया जाता है कैसे? By placing the soft iron core here. B is increased by placing the soft iron core. So this is the all about the suspended coil galvanometer. It is clear? So that you will go through here. Now here this, what is the use? How will you record the magnitude of deflection? How will you record the magnitude of deflection? That is not in your course. Lamp and scale arrangement is not in your course. Only its qualitative things are in our course. It's clear? So this is all about the suspended coil galvanometer. Now here K has been named as the reduction factor. It has been named as reduction factor or manufacturer constant. Now pivoted coil galvanometer is left. Now see here, in the pivoted coil galvanometer कितना बचा है उसको वो करके फिर से आंसर वो कर